Hey, what's up? This is Steve Cardenas, aka Rocking the Red Power Ranger, Jeff Brazzo, Trent Fernandez-Rooker from Untitled Chapter, and you are watching Venom.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 7 of Team Venom Media's Power Ranger podcast. I am the lovely Calista Valentine. With me always is the lovely Rory Bailey.
Thank you.
Guy Jessop-Braithwaite.
Hey, hey.
Paul Baker.
Ho, ho, how's it doing?
And Dennis Thornbird over there in the corner with his cool as fuck shades.
That was a better intro than anything that I've done before, so you should probably take over from it.
That's it, Rory. You're fired. Check up at the door.
God
So
damn.
today's episode, we're going to be talking about the merchandise / toys of Power Rangers, our experiences with them, what we had as kids, what we have now, and what is coming in the future. As you know, I shared to the group earlier. Mezco just announced their 112 collective, so awesome.
You're killing me, Cal. You're killing me.
So should we start with you, Rory? Because I see the big Megazord in the background there. So let's start with you.
That's only for the background purposes. I'm not even going to talk about it.
Oh, come on, you have to.
It's one of those
Sorry.
Imagine X things. It's like, it's just great because of the size of it. It's literally like half my height. So,
Nice.
but yeah, you know, I've got some cool shit with me. Obviously, when I was a kid, the thing to get was all the flip head things. So I've got some of the vintage ones here. I've got more. I just couldn't find them all. So here's your wonderful little ones. Let's bring it up to the camera so you can see it better, and we'll do the little.
Yeah, look.
Oh.
Have to get the little morphing thing going on for him. Ah, look at that. But also for saying that, like, the Green Ranger is one of my favourites. Prior to that, the Red Ranger was. So I've got stuff that's lasted me for years. That's like, this is my the other ones I found in car boots and stuff. This is my own one from when I was younger of Jason.
Wow.
Hence why it's in like immaculate condition. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And his head still works. But also, I've got things like, let me just find this. Here we go. I've got one of the original ones. Also, again, brilliant condition. The only thing that's happened is his arms have faded a bit where he was on a shelf for so long. But this is one of the ones with the karate kick in action. Or, you know, the type that shouldn't be allowed near Germany. And
Oh, borderline.
to add to the
Yeah.
Red Ranger theme, because obviously Hasbro only recently took over the rights to like the toy distribution and everything really the other year. When they were doing the Legacy series, I also picked up a Legacy Jason, which I thought was really great in terms of articulation. And then the Lightning figures came out. I was like, oh, bastards, they're better. so that's the next thing to spend on. What else have I got here that's great? Well, yeah, a random graphic novel that I didn't know existed. And this is featuring like the sort of first appearance of Tommy Oliver, but not, because this is before Green with Evil, and he sort of helps the Rangers and already gets approached by Rita, but he hasn't been turned into the Green Ranger or anything like that yet, and basically tells Rita to do one. And Yeah, it
Oh,
does
I've
something
never
to help the
seen that.
Megazord battle. It's really strange. But
Oh.
I got it for £4 from a Comic Con. You're like,
Oh,
what
nice.
you doing? It's
Yeah.
like the one place where you wouldn't expect to find them for that cheap. So yeah, and then my pride and joy, which I will have to show you. I mentioned it in the. There we go. The lights are going up on it. Sorry, but check this out. This is a big hefty friggin' Thunder Megazord, but not because it's actually like the Die Ranger version. And
Oh,
I mentioned this because
Japanese version
if
then.
you put this next to the actual one, it's about 3 inches higher, sort of thing. And the guy that I bought it from basically was at some stall, and he said, "Oh yeah, no, that's a cheap copy because it's not Bandai." And they went, "Yeah, it's not Bandai, it's a cheap copy. It's Japanese or Chinese knockoff or something like that, and it cost me a tenner." And it's like, and I was there, my brain was going, "Yeah, that's not a cheap Japanese knockoff, mate." I will happily grab it and run.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have got
That's got to be done.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some other cool stuff that would have been ideal for this on the way, but haven't arrived. Essentially, a couple of weeks back, I won a few auctions on eBay for some of the vintage 1993 Morphers. And I was like, I can't wait to but no, I haven't got them. So yeah, that's some of my collection. A lot of the time, my collection's going with my son, and he's been getting, like, as you can see by that's his.
Yeah.
He's got all the Imagine-X ones, so he's got like the White Tiger, the Red Dinosaur, the Dragon Zord, the Zord on an Alpha Command Center, all the figures, all the weapons, all that sort of thing. It's great, really. And then he had like all the recent movie stuff, including that terrible Goldar.
God, yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't want to show it.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that one. It's horrid.
So, but yeah, so that's it. We can throw over to somebody else.
Dennis, did you have any of the original Power Rangers toys, or are you just sort of now starting to get into the collecting side?
You know what I do? I'm ashamed that I don't see as many as I had as a kid, but I guess this is probably a good place to start then. Rory, you just mentioned Goldar. So I do, and I did share the one picture.
Yes.
The original band. You guys can see that all right?
That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Wow. That's definitely one of my favorites then, and probably the reason I still have it is one of my favorites now.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Thing's solid like a rock, isn't it? It only moves the arms.
Yeah, but other than
they were so limited back then, definitely. But that is a beautiful piece, definitely.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be showing porno on here.
Hey,
is Goldar making you feel things you didn't know you felt before, Guy?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit awkward now.
guys
Little
don't mind
tingly there.
story. Interesting story real quick. I was playing with this one in the car. I wish off the top of my head I remember with which other figure, because I imagined because I was making them battle. I had a kind of a little action thing going on with them, and the window was down, and Goldar flew out the window. And I got in a split second, like my mom, she made a U-turn. We went back and we got it. And so,
wow!
Nice.
I just say any more of my Power Ranger toys. There's no like after that, there's no way I could have parted with this one. So I
definitely not.
I wish I was right now, but I still, I mean, okay, 34. This one, I might. Yeah, there's just no way I could have parted with this one. Yeah, cool stories behind this one. So yeah, other than the fact that it's definitely of the original figures that were released when the show initially came out. So yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. And then also, Rory, you showed your Thunder Megazord, and I also have my the Legacy.
Yes, which is much better than mine.
Yeah.
Yours actually comes to pieces, doesn't it?
Yeah, this one you got the individual Zords.
Look at that. That is great.
Put that one all together, haven't you? Like the originals. Oh, that is awesome.
But I will say, Roy, when you showed me yours, I was serious that I'm tempted to get another one just to kind of custom mine to give it that chrome finish because that's really cool looking.
It's the thickness of it as well. Look at those hips.
Oh yeah.
This baby got a booty.
Oh, the Megazord hips don't lie.
Oh, exactly, Guy. Exactly.
Get another one.
So, Paul, did you have any of the original stuff, or have you still got any of the original stuff?
I actually only have one that I had from childhood.
Yeah.
And, you know, as I got older, got a job, I'm like, I didn't have this as a kid, so I'm going to go buy some. But let me flip this around here if I can. As you can tell, I don't use them all that much. There we go.
Oh,
Okay,
wonderful.
so we got the original 1993 Dragon Zord.
Nice.
I got that later. The Shogun Zord is the only one I have from childhood.
Nice.
I got that on my 13th birthday.
Wow. That's in good condition.
Right before track and field. I just, you know, everybody's seen the pictures or whatnot.
Yes.
I edited the pink Zord, turned it white.
Yeah.
That I love that. You know, I got the chest plate from Mighty Morphin 3D reproductions.
Oh, cool.
The stickers from BD15 decals.
Yeah.
So these are the only two I edited. Got the original Dino Megazord.
Ooh.
Got the original Titanus.
Nice.
I'm missing the chest piece for the Ultra Zord though.
No,
I'm actually having them do that up for me.
that is quite a common piece that's missing in ones I've seen before.
Yeah, now my daughter's trying to get in on the action here.
I showed
So we
you.
got
I
the,
showed you my free battered, free bad head slippers, and you'll go like, "Here's the lot, mate."
So we got the original Dragon Dagger. It still works,
Oh, wow.
surprisingly enough. Rory, I gotta up you. We got
Yep.
the original Automorphins,
Oh,
the entire set. They're not in very great condition, but you know, they're displayable.
Yeah.
We got the original Thunder Zords. The Red
Ooh.
Dragon kind of went to my daughter, so obviously now that's in pieces. Oh, I forgot about Zed back there.
Awesome.
You guys remember the wedding episode? That was the cake topper.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. Shit, yeah, it was, wasn't it? I forgot about that.
We got the black and gold edition, original, not the legacy
Nice.
one. Got Perantis head back there,
Oh,
with the reflection, and the original Blade Blaster.
The Starber on the floor as well. There.
Yeah.
Well, that's the legacy.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice.
nice.
I had the original one, but it was a piece of crap.
I annoyingly have the original one like downstairs, and I completely forgot about it. So I'm like, shit. That would have been perfect for in this video.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
I think I
Paul,
got a
that's
Falcon
Stephen
Zord here
Ray.
somewhere, but that's it. From the
Hey.
original stuff.
Guy, you said you didn't actually have like any kind of collectibles or anything.
No.
So
No,
Shall we have a
I-
moment of silence for
at
him?
the moment, can you?
Yeah.
But is there anything from Power Rangers that you would like to get hold of, Guy?
Oh my God, yes.
You literally going to say everything you've seen so far on this video.
Yeah, correct. But don't tell my wife. Okay?
We won't.
Oh, damn it, she can hear me. Ah! No, I love a Dragon Zord.
Oh, yeah.
But question is, I mean, obviously you got the originals.
Yeah.
But is the new stuff like sort of say, for example, Masterpiece Transformers, where it's sort of bigger, better, more on model
Yeah.
sort of thing?
From my understanding with the Legacy line, especially the Bandai Legacy line, Hasbro currently haven't done Megazords and things like that.
Mm.
But my understanding is they're pretty much the same as they were, with a few extra bits thrown in. Like the Legacy Dragon Zord, it's got the original flip out straight flat hands, but you can swap them out for a pair of hands that were more show accurate. So
the missiles.
yeah, it's just little touches like that they threw in. So there's not really much differences between them other than those.
Yeah.
So, and obviously price point.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you can get an original Dragon Zord for, I think, on eBay in decent condition, you're looking £60 to £70.
That's not so bad.
But you want the legacy one. I know for a fact that I looked on Amazon recently. The legacy Megazord is currently going for 650. Yeah,
You, she can hear you.
exactly. So I'm like, whoo, whoo. So, yeah, my collection is this at the moment. I don't unfortunately have anything from my childhood. I did have the Megazord, I had the White Tiger Zord, and I had the Thunder Zord.
Yeah.
Lost them all to the sands of time, unfortunately, but I was able to pick up the original Megazord and Tiger Zord, both in boxes, off of a guy on Facebook Marketplace, and I am not lying here. £15
I remember
the pair.
this. I can vouch for this story.
Whoa!
£15 for the pair in their boxes.
Oh.
And the only thing that was missing was the power sword for the Megazord and the two little guns that went on the back. That was the only thing that was missing. I was able to sell them after doing them up a little bit for 50 quid for the pair. So I made like my money back. So, unfortunately, I don't have them anymore, but they were very, very nice.
All right, Cal, do us a favor for our American fans over here, because we're a bunch of morons. What's the difference between a pound and a quid?
It's the same thing.
Okay, so it's like, you know, when we say $10 and $10, same
Yeah.
thing. So kind of like,
Yeah.
okay,
Exactly. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, thank you for clarifying.
Use our audience.
I think at the current exchange rate, that would have been about $22.
Yeah. But yeah, sounds about right.
Wow.
Which is insane for those two things boxed.
When I bought mine back in 2005, I think I spent $300 just for the Dragon Zord and the Megazord.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I know, Jules.
I was
But yeah, a lot of money.
I was looking up online earlier, sort of like, you know, rarest Power Rangers figures, like, you know, what they go for. And the rarest one is a 14-karat gold plated, is it Turbo Megazord, I think?
Ooh.
Goes for nearly $2,000.
Wow.
And like I said to Rory in the chat, I said, if you own one of those, you can definitely say you are a true Power Rangers fan if you own one of those. It's like one of the hardest to get hold of. It was like a competition or something. And I was like, yeah, whoever's got one of them, lucky motherfucker.
And like I said to you in response, I'm expecting Paul to be the guy to buy it off eBay.
Yes.
After what I just did, nope.
Which isn't going to be
already
mentioned
gonna be
yet until they
looking
arrive and
comfy.
take it.
It's still labeled as
Paul, exactly
pre-order.
how long will you
so-
be sleeping on the sofa?
Yeah.
I don't know. If you figure $1 a night, probably about the next 3 years.
Fair enough. This is why I'm glad I'm single sometimes. I don't have to justify my purchases.
That's the beauty of credit cards.
Yeah, exactly. So kind of moving on to the next topic, kind of talking about Power Ranger figures, where they're at now, the Lightning Collection, the kind of mainline stuff, Dino, is it Dino Charge, all the stuff that's kind of aimed at kids.
Yeah.
And stuff that is, you see it in the show and it's like, yeah, that was designed as a toy first and a prop second. So what are your guys' thoughts on the state of Power Rangers figures now on both sides of the toy aisle, like the collector side and the kids side of things? What do you guys think?
Shall I go first?
Yeah, go for it, Rory.
Just we all went quiet. Yeah, I like the look of the Lightning Collection. It's just over the years, whenever you were collecting any of the figures, like be it the Mega Force ones, which were where they did the whole retro line in there and stuff like that, they tended to keep the same sort of price point because they knew the collectors would be after everything that comes out. Whereas now they've gone Lightning Collection, and that's like 125% more of the price than the kids stuff. So
Yeah.
you can go and pick up the Beast Morph, Dino. Is it Dino Charge, the current series?
Yes.
I get confused. They've used Dino so many times in titles that I get
Dino
I
Thunder,
lose it.
Dino Strike.
That's
yeah.
it. And then they.
That was Dino Fury.
No, it's
Dino
Dino
Fury,
Fury.
that was
Dino Charge was a different one. So
Dino
the
Charge
Dino
was the
Fury
new one.
ones
Dino
over
Fury
in the
was the
UK
old one.
are $9.99. So
Yeah.
they're $9.99, and then on the shelf next to them will be a Lightning Collection figure, and it could be from Beast Morphers, and that will be $26.99. So you've got like a huge price difference there, and there is a difference in quality. Obviously, the Lightning Collection ones are awesome, and they're obviously geared towards the collectors with the whole aim of like what you've got in the background, Calista, of having all of them set out like that and being able to pose them and having the lightning, effect. It's pretty damn cool, but it's still like slightly upsetting when you're like, I'm so used to only paying a tenner for a figure, and now I've got to pay the price of nearly 3 of them. So,
Oh yeah. I mean,
They're only $19.99 over here.
Oh man.
well, to be honest, Rory, I paid 20 quid for my Tengu.
Well, because
So,
of eBay scalping, and I'll just run this off for you. I've been looking at getting some of these because it's coming up to my son's birthday.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get him the cheap stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to look for some Dino, the Mighty Morphin stuff, but the Lightning Collection, because then, he'll put it on a shelf when he's not playing with them, and then it's in the background. And I had a look for the Lightning Collection Green Ranger, and the cheapest I could see it was £60.
Yeah.
So you're like, there's a lot of it, especially in the UK. You get the scalpers and stuff, and I've been guilty of doing it myself. I picked up a Bray Wyatt wrestling figure when he turned into the Fiend. Picked it up in the shop for £20 and sold it for £60 before it even got home.
Yeah.
so I can't really fault people like that because I've done it myself. But
supply and
but
demand.
when I've here Lightning Collection Zordon and Alpha loose on eBay, $59.99. So roughly $100. And Beast Morphers one's $24.99. Rangers, okay. I've just switched it to the US and they're like £17, and it's got like Mighty Morphin and Ranger Slayer. So it's a big difference, but the postage is the same price. So you still end up paying like 40, 50 quid in the UK because of the delivery. But see what you mean?
Yeah, that's what they get you.
Damn you, Hasbro. I'm going to stop ranting now. Someone else can carry
on. I like your rants, Rory.
I put your pussy away.
Yeah.
Hendrix has decided to join me.
The video.
This is a family show, God damn it.
I told you off air, keep your pussy under control. What's the matter with you?
I'm trying, man, but he's decided he's joining.
Dennis, your thoughts on the state of Power Rangers?
You know what? I'm like the current collection right now because it's actually I haven't gotten too many of them yet. I actually have ordered a few, and I'm waiting until they come so that I can share them with you guys. But I really, for sure, I want to get the original 6, and then the green, because for sure I remember having those as a kid. But then also some of the more recent series, I'm glad that like the Lightning Collection also has those, because for sure I also want to get like all the Zeo Rangers and the SPD ones. That's another one that I really.
Oh yeah, I like SPD.
Yeah.
Ow.
While we're talking actually about the state of kind of Power Rangers merchandise at the minute, we got to talk about that hat and those glasses. Just wow.
Oh
yeah, boy.
What's the story behind those then, Dennis? Come on, tell us.
Okay. Well, maybe it's actually probably a good segue too for me to actually talk about how actually I might not have all like the toys that I had when I was a kid right now, but one thing I do have as of like lately is a lot of like hats and like obviously the glasses and a lot of different sort of stuff that I wish I would have had when I was a kid. So either way, like the little kid in me right now is like super happy like, yeah. So even though I haven't gotten back to collecting all of the figures yet, but yeah, no, definitely.
You're still representing the power. You're still representing it.
That
Oh, Paul's looking good now.
Oh yeah, he's got his Green Ranger mask on.
He's trying to outdo you, Dennis, man.
Yeah.
I can't outdo that. I can't outdo that, man. Those glasses are killing me.
he shared that the other day, and I had to comment on that one too. That's awesome, man. I have to get one like that.
This is
You need to
actually
get a red one to
the
match your
face-
glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
put them on together.
yeah.
That looked awesome. Okay, cool. I'm definitely gonna do that.
Man, it's done.
Obviously, we kind of already know Paul's views on the state of Power Rangers collectibles at the minute, considering he's got pretty much all of them.
And if we talk to it, the viewers
don't know
will
what
see
you're talking
everything
about.
behind him.
Yeah.
No clue what you're talking about.
So, I mean, the ones that you recently showed us in the group, going to discuss those a little bit?
No,
All the
I
ones
will
behind
say
you.
the ones behind me. Okay, the
Is that
other
awesome
ones
darkness?
we'll wait for a future episode. There.
We can do a full episode on those ones when they arrive.
Yeah. Now, they're doing the White Ranger and Lord Draken separate,
Nice.
which is really like, son of a bitch. I just spent all that money just for them, and now you're teasing me with these. But
Yeah.
okay, patience is a virtue, and I'm not a doctor, so I don't have patience. So anywho, like, I love the Lightning collection. Obviously, everybody's seen all the pictures.
Yeah.
I am enamored with the Legacy line, though. I wish Hasbro would pick it up, maybe add some of the Transformers, the production of the Transformers onto a newer Legacy line. Because I'm sorry, the Legacy Thunder Megazord is by far the best Legacy Zord that came out.
Yeah. I was actually having a conversation, I think it might have been with Rory about this a few weeks ago, saying that Hasbro, if they play it smart, should really incorporate some of the engineering from their Transformers line into the Power Rangers line, because if you could make a Megazord that combines like a Transformer combiner, but is still a fully posable, functional figure,
Yeah.
it would sell out.
Oh,
It really fucking would. You know what I mean? So I completely get what you're going with that one.
Yeah, that'll be a take my money moment.
Oh, hell yeah. The minute that went up for pre-order, like, here's my bank account, empty it.
Yeah, it's
The
also
one
a
thing
free
about the
divorce for me.
Legacy, it's weird. Like, the original Zords had a great combination system. They didn't have like these joints hanging out, such like that. But the Legacy line on the Dino Megazord, they got these little nubs on the knees. on
Yeah.
the Tyrannosaurus. It looks great, but if you're like putting them separate or taking pictures, it
stands
kind of just
out,
looks
doesn't it?
weird.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like the Soul of Chogokin. Those are pretty nice.
Yes, I
But-
have seen those. Again, those are quite high-end collectibles, aren't they? I think the cheapest I saw one was about $300, and I was like, nope.
Like, I'd love to get a hold of the Legacy Titanus, but I'm not paying no $800 for it.
Hell no. I can agree with that one. My kind of view on where Power Rangers kind of, the two toy lines are, like I said, you look at some of the props in the shows that are running now, and it really is very much like they've designed that as a toy first. Like, it's got like all the play gimmicks, and that's how they morph, and it's like, oh God. But then you kind of, I think we get a little bit rose tinted with nostalgia, and like, yeah, the toys we had back then were very much like that. We just didn't realize it, But I love the Lightning collection. As I've talked about in a couple of my reviews, the line started off a little bit rocky. Like Lord Zed's hips, oh my God, it's like, no, he needs a fucking hip replacement. He really does. But as the line's gone on, it's definitely got better and better. And now that they're announcing like the new Ninjetti figures and all that kind of stuff, it's like, oh yeah, I'm locked in for this now. I'm getting the Power Rangers in chronological order at last.
They know how to suck you in.
Exactly. It's not just one, it's a rabbit hole. So then, Anyone else want to add anything?
We all just go, no.
Yeah.
One cool thing, but this is mainly for guys' benefit. I grabbed this while you guys were talking, purely because we were on about how you always wanted a dragon sword. This is one of the Imagine X ones, and it is a beast, as you can see by the sheer size of it. Remote control, you can pick them up about 15, 20 quid on eBay at the moment.
Oh,
I've never seen it in store.
No, I haven't seen them in stores, but on eBay they're quite cheap. Massive ass tail.
Holy shit!
It's huge.
Oh,
It's on wheels. And it comes with a dragon dagger that plays all the music and makes it run across the floor. And there's little holes there, fire missiles out of them and stuff as well. So there's all sorts that you can do from it.
Well, we know what Guy's buying tonight then.
Yeah, about 15, 20 quid on there. But
K-Fade,
one of the coolest
K-Fade.
things, one of the coolest things for collecting, which is beneficial to yourself, Guy and Callie, is the Comic Cons in the UK.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times I bought an original Megazord from there. I think unfortunately got lost to the X, and that cost me about 20 quid from there. And obviously we've got one coming up in November that we're hoping to attend, the three of us, as because of it being fairly local to myself, Guy and Callie. So if everything
You guys
lines up,
got to do a live remote.
we'll probably end up doing something.
Hey, that's cool. Huh?
Yeah, we'll probably end up doing a few videos of, like, if we find some of the stalls that sell them. Because I went to one in Nottingham the other month. Where Steve Cardenas and Jeff Bratso recorded that intro for us, and they had there was a couple of dealers that only dealt in Power Rangers. So they had all the legacy helmets, all the legacy morphers. There's one that only deals in Sentai stuff as well, and that's amazing. So they've got like 70s rubber figures and stuff that just look mental and are about that big. So yeah, so we've got that sort of thing to potentially look forward to and put on here if we can get in. Because annoyingly, this convention, they've announced 2 guests for it, and we've put in for press. Team Venom Media's had press with them for years. We've not heard anything back yet, but the tickets sold out last year because of the last year event being postponed. So it's not one that we can just happily go to. So we sort of need press, or we can't go. So if you're watching this MCM, give us press.
Yes, all of us.
Please.
Please.
But I'm telling you, if you go to the Comic-Con, and I swear to you, if you find this, I don't care if it's $200 freaking dollars, pick it up, dude. I'm telling you.
I really want to.
It's gonna be worth. Like the price point on it has jumped so much. I spent like $60 on that. It's now like 300.
Wow.
And that's only been what, 4 weeks?
I was saying to Rory a few weeks ago, I was looking for the original Lord Draken, the one you've got up on the wall.
That we keep seeing behind your shoulder and getting upset by.
Yes. I was trying to track down one of them, and I passed it by when it first came out because I was like, well, I've not read the comic, I don't really know the character, so not sure if I want it.
Yeah.
Then I played the game and I was like, I need one. Went on eBay, and the cheapest I've been able to find one is like 65, 70 quid. And I'm like, oh no, I can't afford that on one figure. I really can't. So if anybody finds one of those going cheap, please message me.
By far, the Lord Draken, obviously, I got the one out of the box here too. That one has the loosest joints out of every single one I have.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I passed it by after the Lord Zed incident. I was like, I'm not too sure about this. Just focus on characters you know.
Like my Lord Zed figure, you mentioned about his hips. I don't know. These things are tighter than a 14-year-old at prom night, but yeah, like it. I don't know. To me, they're solid. So I don't know. Maybe if you just got a.
There was a lot. Apparently, in the first couple of waves of the Lightning Collection, there was an awful lot of QC issues, like loose joints, missing accessories. Worst one I ever heard about was someone went to do the head swap on one of the Rangers, and ripped the neck peg out and actually broke the neck to the point where it could not be fixed.
Oh,
literally, the first time, just bang, it just fell apart. I was like, oh shit, be careful.
Now the legacy line, especially Trini, is by. I swear she's haunted, dude. I'm dead serious. I'll come out in the morning, Power Rangers are laying down, Trini's still standing, or vice versa. She's the only one down, everybody else is standing. It's like, the hell? My wife swears my case is haunted.
Could be.
So Trini, you're haunting me. At least give me an autograph first. Deal.
putting an
Ooh.
appearance on the next episode.
Yeah. Do a seance for the next one.
I'll get struck by
Yeah.
lightning if I say somebody else is my favorite Yellow Ranger or something. I don't know.
Oh shit.
But the Legacy line, as far as the regular Ranger figures, they're okay.
Mm.
Lightning collection blows them out of the water. Granted, these are 6-inch, and
Yeah.
Lightning is 5, if I remember right. I mean, the Blue Ranger, he's the best one in the Legacy line,
Yeah.
except for the staff. Crooked as a politician. You know how they are. But Lightning, way better than Legacy.
Definitely.
And I'm not taking this out of the box. I've had a couple people say, take the dragon out of the box. No!
Not a fucking
Let
chance.
me tell you something, brother.
Only on this show can you get Power Rangers and wrestling references at the same fucking time.
Yeah, too right.
Don't get me started on wrestling.
Oh no, we won't.
No,
Moving
mate.
swiftly on.
I accidentally did a 15-minute tangent on it last week.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my bad.
It was your bad, man. You shouldn't have asked me.
Yeah.
Don't set me
I'm
up for
sorry, I'm
waffles.
an enabler.
Yeah. Right, moving swiftly on. What would we all like to see from Hasbro with not just obviously the figures, but obviously the franchise going
Keep
forward?
the prices.
They've recently announced that they are going to scrap the whole Japanese footage thing and do their, own original take on Power Rangers for the first time ever. So I actually think that's kind of exciting. We get to see like them just go full pelt, do what they want with it.
That's intriguing.
That does sound quite interesting because it's the first time ever, apart from the original film.
Yeah.
The original film, they were allowed to just keep it within the confines of Power Rangers, but do what you want. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, and I'd love to see what sort of collectibles are going to be coming and what you guys would love to see as something you could add to your collection or start one in Guy's case.
Yeah. Shh.
Well, if we do manage to get to MCM, press pass willing,
Mhm.
then we'll be able to actually we'll film Guy buying his first Power Ranger collectible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll also film
That would
again
be
after
awesome.
all.
Yes. But
Well then, Rory, what would you like to see come along in the Lightning line? Is there any particular character you would like to see or anything like that?
I mean, in the Lightning line, most of the stuff that I'd like to see in it, they're starting to do, like the Ninjetti Rangers. They're starting to do. They're doing the Chrome ones, which I know are look like just a repaint of the figures that have already come out. But I like that we're getting at least those other versions of Mighty Morphin. The Zeo Rangers are all out already. The Turbo Rangers they've made a start on, but they haven't done all of them yet because I saw an Instagram post from Nakia. Oh, what's her name? From the lady that played Tanya. So I'll just say that before I forget her name. And she was showing off that she'd had a Lightning Collection Zeo figure of herself, and then she got someone to customize it so that she got a Lightning Collection Turbo figure, which someone had just like hand painted for her, which is pretty damn cool.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, just more of the same sort of thing, really. I like them doing. I'd like to see them do the movie suits. I know they were only like used for like that one film, but I'd love to see those in action figure format like that, which I know they did with Legacy the other year, and they were awesome. But I annoyingly didn't pick them up when I saw them, and I regret it to this day.
I can imagine you would. Paul?
Well, I'm oh man.
You've got them all already.
Yeah, I know. No, but I'm just thinking like show wise for them to split from Sentai, it's great, but lose the cartoonish part of it.
Yeah.
Like if you guys remember, the one it kind of went based off of Shattered Grid. You had Tommy come back with the Master Morpher and everything like that. You had a cartoon Falcon Zord. Like kind of go more live action per se, kind of like the Zord used to be. Maybe just an update a little bit on that.
Yeah.
As far as figures, I'd love for them to come back with a new legacy line. Same style, because everything's pretty much show accurate.
Yeah.
Maybe just give it a little bit of a boost. Maybe make them a little bit bigger. I don't know. I mean, I think they're all on the right track, especially with what's coming out now.
The Mezco ones, yes. I'm hotly anticipating those.
Mhm.
I just can't believe it. I don't
Yeah.
understand until I have them in my hands why they're so fucking expensive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, kind of sidestepping that a little bit. I recently picked up the Transformers Commander Class Rodimus Prime. It's nearly £100. And when you look at it at the box, you're just kind of like, really? But then when you get it out and you start to mess with it and you look at all the sculpting detail, all the engineering that's gone into it, all those kind of just little nuances, you're like, that's where your money's going.
Yeah.
And I think it very much is the same with like the high-end collectibles, like the ones that Paul has ordered himself, the Mezco ones that are on the way. And I've had a couple of Mezco figures. They are excellent because they're like 6-7 inch scale figures with real cloth clothing and those kind of things. So like you just said, with those, once you get them in hand, that's where you're going to realize that's why I'm paying so much for these things, because they're just so damn perfect.
Oh yeah.
You know.
So these are 1/6 scale, which I'm imagining they'll be between 11 and 12 inches.
1/6 is usually about 12 inches tall. 1/6.
I'm gonna need a bigger case.
Yep.
You know, I've just had a thought of something that I would actually like to see in the Lightning collection. So I'm sorry to circle back to that, even though I gave you an answer.
What?
Right, because obviously you've got all the like Lord Zed, you've got Goldar, they're starting to put more villains into that. You can get like King Sphinx and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Megazords at the same scale, so that if you've got King Sphinx, you could have a Dragonzord or a Megazord just sat there,
Yeah.
battling it on the shelf and stuff like that. You know, the Lightning sort of scale for it.
It's funny you should mention that, and Paul might be able to elaborate on this. Didn't one version of the Legacy line that came out actually come with a Megazord you could build that was in that kind of scale?
Yeah, every single Ranger except for the white and the green came with the Dinosaur.
Oh,
So
nice.
I actually have the. Get my old ass out of the chair here. You know what? I'm gonna break a rule here.
Yeah. There it is. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
It's
Something
the
like that, Rory.
Same size as King Sphinx and Pumpkin Wrap. Oh, Pumpkin Wrapper's a little bigger. And
Oh,
Cal,
nice.
you're the reason I got freaking Tenga and Putty. It's all your fault. But yeah, this is really flimsy, but display wise, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of thing Rory was kind of saying, like, do something
Yeah, I'd
like
like to see
that. Like,
loads of those. All of the Zords.
yeah.
And
Exactly.
Pudgy Pig.
That is something I think for the Lightning
Pig,
collection would really work, because it's something a bit new for the franchise, for the series, and it's something quite unique because it's like you just said, if you've bought the King Sphinx or the Goldar or something like that, there you go, you can pair them up.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I remember they did it around about the time of Zeo, because I had them. I had the red Zeo Zords and stuff, and it was the same size as the action figures, and you could just
yes, I remember
intersplice
that.
them with your monsters, and then you get like really tiny Zeo figures with them and stuff, so that you could at least make it look like, oh, they're about to get stomped on by a monster. Here comes fucking Pyramidus or whatever. And
Yeah, I remember all that. Yes.
so I sort of, I just more of that.
More of the same, more of the
And
same.
also
One thing I would-
a
one thing I would
re-release of
like
that
to
thing
throw
Paul
out
showed me.
there is now more than ever we have third-party designers, builders per se. I mean, you got guys like Starlight Studio, you got Mighty Morphin 3D Productions. Anything you guys are missing or wanting, I got the Lord Draken coin in my Green Ranger Morpher right now.
Yeah.
So on top of what's mass produced, you have all these third-party guys that are really stepping things up. And I mean, look at your glasses, Dennis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's not just the main market Bandai or not Bandai, Hasbro, but these smaller guys, they're really stepping it up. They're making things a hell of a lot better for collectors like us.
Oh yeah.
Because otherwise, I wouldn't be able to get that chest plate for the Shogun Zord or the Draken coin or anything like that. So you got to mention the little guys, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Dennis, anything you'd like to add? Anything you'd like to see from the collection line?
You know what? Funny enough, I kind of got to agree with Rory a little bit. I mean, so far, everything that I've kind of wanted to see has been coming out. But I do agree. I would also really like to see the suits from the movie. Would be cool to have in figure form. And then also, I'm a really huge fan of the. I haven't really watched the series, but I love the Mystic Force suits because they have the cape.
Yes.
That of suits so far that have capes, and so for that reason, I would at least like to have all of those.
That would be good. That would be good. Guy, anything you'd like to see?
Pudgy Pig all the way.
Yeah.
I thought they made one.
Fair enough.
I'd also
If
like,
we see it at MCM, I will get at you.
Yes.
That is a promise, and now you can call me out.
oh, sorry.
It's got to be
There's
within
something
reason
about a
price-wise. If it's
spherical
stupid money,
pig.
then no.
Basically, a pig that was a ball and sprouted out of place.
I want a
Wearing a
spherical
Roman
pig.
helmet.
Yeah.
Roman helmet.
What's not to love?
Exactly.
I know I've had like
they
two
have that
goes
Pudgy
already.
Pig. They have Pudgy Pig on that retroactive or retroaction line that came out
Yes.
or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
He kind of looks a little anorexic, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
No, if he's looking anorexic, I don't want him.
Give him a
He's got to be,
cheeseburger.
He
he's
needs
got
to
to be
look
big,
pudgy.
fat, pudgy pig.
You need
You
the
know,
curves, don't
one
you?
thing that I would definitely love to see is civilian figures. So like we get a Tommy where he's just in his green shit about to kick Jason in the face and stuff like that, and also like Ninja at that sort of scale. You know, and Bulk and Skull. We need Bulk and Skull figures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vulcan Skull.
Well, if we can get Zord on an Alpha 5, I'm sure we can get Bulk and Skull at some point. We'll just have to pester Hasbro.
Yeah.
We'll
Right,
sign a
Hasbro,
petition.
we're
Make
calling you
Bulk and
out.
Skull plastic action figures.
Hasbro foolishly gave me their direct email address for their press department the other week when we were just starting out. So any of these suggestions, they're all going to them. I'm just going to send this video for their attention.
Bulk and Skull.
Hey.
Yeah, there's my little one.
No, bless.
Anytime
Bye.
I'm cleaning the case or whatever, she wants to grab one.
You're passing it on to the next generation. That's the most beautiful thing about Power Rangers. It's cross-generational.
Yeah,
that's my daughter.
my big boy over there will get half, and she'll get half.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to be quiet.
Right. Well, on that note, I think that's pretty much everything covered for tonight, isn't it?
Yeah. But
I'd say
before
so,
we
yeah.
do go,
Oh, yeah. Don't worry.
I just want to throw out a couple of guest announcements because we've got 2 confirmed guests coming up, which is great.
Awesome. Go for it.
Ron Wasserman, who we spoke to the other week, who was awesome, is coming back for another one, which will be mainly for the benefit of like Paul and Guy, who missed those interviews. And obviously, Paul, you were there for a little bit.
I was there for like 5 minutes, and it sucked.
So you guys can lead that mainly. But also,
keep musician questions are forthcoming.
Oh, yeah.
well, one that's just been confirmed tonight about 20 minutes before we started recording. Christopher Kamen Lee confirmed that he'd like to appear on our podcast. He's already had the links to the series, and he's replied to that and just put, "All sounds good, loving your show," which is awesome. Let me work on a time for when I can do it, and I'll let you know. So that then Christopher Kamen Lee was Andros, the Red in Space Ranger.
Oh, yes.
So outside of Mighty Morphin, that's probably one of my favourite seasons that didn't feature any of the Mighty Morphin cast.
Same here.
Because obviously Zeo Turbo, Dino Thunder, Red Lumpin, is still technically on like the Mighty Morphin thing for me.
I haven't gotten any definitive answers yet, but I have been in contact with Jason David Frank's agent.
Nice.
So I'm working on it. Not going to promise anything, but I actually have spoken to him in the past, so I kind of have that little channel. So, on top of the fantastic guests, Rory's setting up, I'll see what I can hook us up with.
Nice. Well, yeah, anyone we can get would be wonderful. Open invitation to if any cast members or crew members or anything who's worked on any of the 28 years of the series are watching this, hit us up. We would like any of you to join us. Apart from that guy that killed someone with the sword, but
yeah, but maybe don't interview him. All right, so that's kind of it for tonight, then, everyone. So we'll all do a little sign outs and see you next time. So,
yeah, and I may as well do a cheap plug because I always forget to do a cheap plug. But you can also get in contact with all 5 of us directly via the Facebook group, which is called Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Fan Group, where the 5 of us are admins. And so, and then find us on Facebook at TVPR Podcast. And I think that's our Twitter handle too. So all sorts of places that people can follow us and hopefully start interacting with us so that we can do a response video at some point to some of the comments
and invite
we get.
your friends.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, invite everyone to those groups.
All that good stuff that people do. And on
There's several.
I
was gonna say there's several groups out there that are very closed-minded and rude and go way off topic. We're all about Power Rangers and having fun.
Oh,
Exactly.
Get your friends in here.
Exactly. Right, so until next time then, I've been Calista Valentine, and this is Team Venom Media's Power Ranger podcast. Bye, everyone.